chairperson of the ANC in the Northern Cape, John Block, and businessman Christo Scholtz are expected to appeal their 15-year jail sentence in the Kimberley High Court today. The two were sentenced last year after a marathon 3-year trial. They were found guilty of money laundering and corruption after they were found to have received kickbacks in a multi-million rand property deal with a trifecta group of companies owned by Scholtz. For more on the story, we cross live to our reporter who is at the Kimberley High Court, Reginald Vedboy. Reginald, it's a very good morning to you. Can you just give us a recap of what happened during the last court proceedings in December and what is expected to happen today?
Hi, good morning, Palesa. As you've correctly stated, that in December, the former ANC chairperson here in the Northern Cape, John Block, and trifecta director Christo Scholtz, they were sentenced ultimately to 15 years imprisonment. They received 12 years for corruption and 15 years for money laundering, but those two will run concurrently. They were found guilty on the two charges in October, and if you can recall, just a day before their sentencing, Block also submitted an application whereby he reported Judge Matebe Patsuane to the Judicial Service Commission. Allegedly, there was a telephone conversation between Judge Matebe Patsuane and Judge President Frans Homo, where she stated to him allegedly that there's no enough evidence for her to find the two guilty on the charges, and whereby he actually then stated that she need to find them guilty. Who ultimately heard on into that conversation is still unclear at this stage. But what's going to happen here today is they're going to submit their leave to appeal. Mr. Block indicated that he's going to appeal his criminal sentence and not the civil matter, whereby he needs to surrender 2 million rand of his assets to the state. Now, that he had to be done within 30 days from the sentencing. That date also passed. If he hadn't done that, there will be a fee, also a curatorship fee. The money was supposed to be paid to the National Treasury. Mr. Scholtz had to surrender 60 million rand of his assets. We also spoke to the ANC the last time, and they say they still believe in Mr. Block's innocence. The ANC Provincial Secretary Zamani Sol said it's an unfortunate situation, but Mr. Block and Mr. Scholtz need to actually take their legal resources, and also they need to appeal. So they are going to appeal here today. If they fail here, then they can go to the Supreme Court of Appeal. If that also failed, then they still have the last option to go to the Constitutional Court, Palesa.
All right, thank you very much there to our reporter, Reginald Vedboy, live from the Kimberley High Court, talking to us about the former ANC chairperson, John Block, and businessman Christo Scholtz, who are expected to appeal their 15-year jail term. We will be keeping a close eye on the story as it unfolds throughout